Yakapin ang kalikasan at isulong ang kabutihan. Karapatan ay ating ipaglaban, sang nilikha ay aalagaan. Sabayan ang ikot ng mundo sa pagpantay ng pagbabago. Halina't lumahok at manindigan, buhay at kalikasan ay ipaglaban. Sabayan ang ikot ng mundo sa pagpantay ng pagbabago. Halina't lumahok at manindigan, buhay at kalikasan ay ipaglaban.
Have you ever heard of a group or an organization who advocates to save seeds? Ano ba ang kahalagahan ng seeds? I am Pia Labastilla and welcome to Green Faith. Seed saving or ang pagkalap, pagtago, at pagpapakita ng halaga sa buto o seeds ay isang napakahalagang gawain ng hindi lang magsasaka ang dapat gumagawa, pero pati na rin ang mga tao at ibang organisasyon. At ang gawain ito ay isang binibigyang halaga ngayon para sa food preservation and food sustainability. Dito sa Pilipinas, may isang organisasyon kung saan ang pangunahing advokasya nila ay ang palakasin ang kaalaman ng ating mga katutubo at magsasaka sa seeds saving. Let's all welcome Mr. Haley Atienza, Executive Director ng Global Seed Savers. Good day, sir. Welcome to Green Faith. Kumusta po kayo?
Magandang umaga. Maraming salamat. Okay lang po. Thank you for inviting us.
Okay. Sir, how do we call you again? Sa Haley?
Hal na lang, please. Hal.
Okay.
People call me Hal.
Okay. Sir, simulan na po natin. Pwede niyo po bang ikwento sa amin kung ano itong Global Seed Savers?
Yes. Ang Global Seed Savers Philippines Incorporated, that's the registered name officially in the Philippines. We started in 2017 after having been registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. At ang aming base headquarters, ang aming main office is based in the US. Global Seed Savers is founded by our Chief Executive Officer, Sherry Manning, who is based in Denver, Colorado. And we are working with small farm holders and family farmers to save seeds and naturally grow seeds, no? And for future use. Our seed saving is Global Seed Savers works towards hunger-free, resilient, and healthy communities, accessing naturally grown farmer produce, food and seeds, no? And exactly the name why Global Seed Savers, because we are working locally, but we think of the global needs for seed saving.
Sir, ang iyong mga seeds po ba na sinesave ninyo ay indigenous or kahit ano pong seeds?
Ang seeds na we focus on the food-based seeds, no? Especially protecting the food heritage. So we protect the heirlooms and the we call it the heritage crops, no? And we promote organic seed saving. That's why we work with farmers who are into organic farming. But we don't discriminate because we also intend to influence farmers who are not into organic farming, but later on we would gladly welcome them into our fold and be trained in and join our seed schools so that they are able to seed seeds naturally and become part of the seed exchange communities and promote seed sovereignty.
So aside from saving the seeds, nagkakonduct din po ba kayo ng mga trainings para sa ating mga target beneficiaries, mga IPs?
Part of our program actually of Global Seed Savers is uh, seed saving has its own way and method of doing
Mhm.
our seed saving approach. So we train our farmers. They need to join our seed school so that they are given the opportunity, one, to understand why do we need to save seeds.
Mhm.
Number two, how do we save seeds? And number three, I why do we need to in what how can we contribute to uh, our changing environment, especially now that we have been confronted with the issue of climate change. So seed saving is part of our contribution in mitigating the global warming that's really happening right now in our country. In fact, it's a global phenomenon.
That's very interesting, sir. So, dun sa mga na-mention nyo, yung unang tanong, why? So, pwede niyo po bang sagutin ngayon, why do we need to save seeds?
Why do we need to save seeds? Unang-una, in fact, I realized I have been working with the farmers for so many years already. And ang laging panawagan ng mga farmers ay kailangan namin ng seed bank. Kailangan namin ng facility para magkaroon ng seed saving mechanism. However, ang tanong lagi, paano? At sino mag-guide sa atin yan? At ang mga farmers lagi iniisip busy sa pagtatanim, sa food production. But walang institusyon o organisasyon na nagpo-focus sa pag-save ng seeds. At kaya pumasok ang Global Seed Savers. Living up to its name, we literally save seeds for the future. Kaya ang ang pag-save ng seeds ay isang paraan para paano natin ma-ensure that we are able to address food security, food sufficiency. At kahit gaano kalawak pa ang kalupaan natin na ngayon sadly ay lumiliit na lumiliit, pero may lupa ka, wala ka namang itatanim na buto. So, sa kinlaunan, kawawa din tayo mga Pinoy, lalo na't kumukonti na lang ang ating food supply. So, kailangan talaga ng seed saving.
So, hindi lang po ito sa mga flora and fauna, yung endangered, merong
Oo.
endangered seeds din po pala tayo.
Oo, marami tayong mga seeds na nawawala na. In fact, ang Global Seed Saver is also working on protecting our seed heritage. Sadly, marami na mga young farmers ngayon na hindi alam ng ibang crops, na hindi alam ng
Right.
ibang seed stocks, no? Like for one, we are working on together with our partner farmers in Katmon, Cebu, na na-discover na ang Katmon is home to the kabog millet crop
Yeah.
na ginagamit siya as one of the staple foods in the history. Na ngayon ay if you go to Katmon, Cebu, that's the northern part of Cebu, ay unti-unting nawawala na ang mga farmers na nagtatanim ng kabog. If you're familiar with the famous bodbod kabog in Katmon, that's the main ingredient of that delicacy. But when we meet the farmers, bihira na lang ang mga matatandang farmers na nagsasaka ng kabog. Kaya ganun kahalaga ang seed saving initiative natin.
So, marami na po ba, sir, sa inyong tansya? May matatansya niyo po ba ilan yung percent na yung mga sa tingin niyo nagiging extinct na mga seeds dito sa Pilipinas? Mga indigenous
Yan yung
seeds.
Oo. Oo. Yan yung gusto rin naming tingnan sa aming in the coming months we will be able to do our seed inventory and mapping so that we'll be able to identify nasaan na ang mga seeds ngayon at ano na yung mga seeds that are extinct or threatened or seeds that are vulnerable, especially na lagi tayo binabagyo at nawawala na ang mga quality ng seeds natin. And hindi naman nawawala ang mga seeds natin dahil ang mga siguro mga farmers ay mas less ang kanilang interest to plant, but dahil na rin sa call ng ating commercialization na kung saan ang pinaka main agenda is to produce more, kaya meron tayong mga GMO related crops or chemical infused na mga crops na nakakasira din ating hindi lang katawan pati ng ating quality ng lupa. Kaya mahalaga ibalanse ang ating pagtingin sa pagsasaka na kung saan importanteng ma-appreciate ng mga farmers ang kahalagahan ng organic way or natural way of growing food.
So, na-mention niyo yung GMO, sir. Paano po ito nakaka-apekto dito sa inyong mga advokasya?
Ang Global Seed Savers ay isa sa mga pumirma ng petition to stop the GMO in the Philippines. At mahalaga maintindihan natin yung epekto ng yung chemical sa ating pagkain na dumidiretso may epekto sa ating katawan. At ang laging naiintindihan kasi natin na ang GMO ay sinisira ang ating body system, but actually sinisira ng ating food ecosystem. Kung titingnan mo yung buong value chain ng ating pagkain, paano pinoproduce, paano tinatanim, hanggang sa umabot siya sa ating merkado, lahat yan may epekto sa ating katawan. At ang hindi lang nakikita ng ating mga consumers ay unti-unting nawawala na ang kalidad ng pagsasaka ng ating mga small farmers. Mga big farm holders are basically dictating the market now with what we see in the market in terms of the food production. Kaya because they have all the means to introduce better innovations and mga makina, pero mga small farmers ay unti-unting na humihina ang kitaan dahil sa hindi na maganda ang quality ng soil. At too late to realize kung bakit nasisira na pating ating sakahan dahil na rin sa epekto over the years of using chemical-based fertilizers na ngayon lang na-discover o na-realize ng mga farmers na nakakasira talaga siya in the long term ng quality ng lupa. Kaya the more na magsasaka, magtatanim ka, na-realize mo umunti ang production, for the more mo na-realize din na dahil din yan sa kapabayaan natin when we use more chemical-based fertilizers and our way of farming. We really promote natural farming or organic farming systems. Kaya maraming paraan, maraming mga innovations and models that we can really see around wherever we are. It's good na dumadami din ng mga farmers who are really promoting organic farming. May kanya-kanyang paraan. May mga IDOPS, we call it Integrated Diversified Organic Farming System. May permaculture, marami pa. Meron pa ngang electricity-based na farming. May bago na ngayon ganyan.
Okay. So thank you, sir.
Ang gawain kasi ng Global Seed Savers ay we organize. We go back to the basic principle of community organizing. We organize, we educate, and mobilize. Yung pag-organize importante kasi unang-una hindi lahat alam ang kahalagahan ng pag-save ng seeds. At pangalawa, yung pag-educate, dahil dapat malaman ng mga tao, even mga young school children, why we should save seeds. At ang pangatlo, kailangan mobilize natin ang publiko, ang critical mass para matugunan yung pangailangan ng pagkain, yung tinatawag nating food security campaign. But lest we forget that food security starts from saving seeds. Kaya
Mhm.
ang Global Seed Savers, we organize farm holders, family farmers and small farm holders to become what we call the Seed Savers Community, our SSC. For now, meron kaming dalawang Seed Savers Community. One in Benguet. We call them the Benguet Association of Seed Savers. Another one in Cebu. We call them the Cebu Seed Savers. And we have one coming up, yung aming expansion area in Solano, and we also started our seed schools na in Siargao. So later on, we shall have our presence felt in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So we get to
Mhm.
grow more community seed savers sa lahat ng sulok ng ating bansa. Nang sa ganon, marami tayo na magtutulungan para mag-educate bakit mahalaga mag-save ng seeds. At pag lumadami na tayo, mas madali sa atin to work with government because we wanted to push for our seed governance initiative wherein we work with the local government units and work for policy enabling policies that influence our communities to save more seeds. Kaya at the local government units, we wanted to push for local ordinances na sana ay magkaroon ng importansya ng pag-save ng seeds at the local level at involving other sectors and institutions, lalong-lalo na sa mga eskwelahan, no? Children at a very young age should be able to appreciate why seed is important. And in fact, lahat ng itong ginagawa namin ay papunta siya sa we're living up to our seed sovereignty advocacy agenda. That's our main thing. And when we speak about a seed sovereignty agenda, we mean we look at the things that we do in ensuring seed uh, sufficiency, seed security, and seed justice. Yung seed security, yung seed sufficiency is exactly what the first step that we are doing. We organize seed savers communities. We train them and have them join our different seed schools. And we do seed exchanges among farmers.
Mhm.
Diyan sila nakakolekta ng seeds actually. Kaya during our regular seed exchange program, lahat ng mga farmers, they come together, they bring their own seeds wherever they're coming from, and they share the seeds. Kaya may seed sharing aspect during seed exchanges. Diyan,
Mhm.
they realize, they meet people who look at the importance of seed advocacy at the local level. Kaya masaya pag nagtitipon ang mga farmers. Sa seed sufficiency, we are doing seed production centers and we need to establish more seed production centers across the region dahil dito nakikita natin ang kahalagahan ng produce more seeds. You know why? Dahil tuwing may bagyo at nauubos ang lahat ng mga tinatanim ng ating magsasaka,
Mhm.
few days after, wala na silang lahat ng kanilang sinasaka nawawala at
Mhm.
kailan magtanim uli. Ang problema, saan sila kukuha ng seeds? Diyan pumapasok ang importance ng seed saving, lalong-lalo na yung ating seed production. At yung pangatlo, yung ating seed justice. It's about time we confront the issue of kakulangan ng seed stocks. At paano natin to ma-ensure, ma-increase? We work locally. Kaya yung seed justice natin calls for our local government units to promote ordinances that inspires young people to save seeds, motivate farmers to sow seeds, and partner with different groups, business sector, religious, other interest-based groups to work hand in hand and see at the local level how we ensure to save seeds, grow food, and protect our heritage.
It's very nice, sir, na mention nyo yung sufficiency, security, at saka justice. No? So yung sufficiency, ibig sabihin niya yung that we have enough. And then securing, it's more on the sustainability,
Yes, yes.
right? And
The
then
seed
yung justice,
sufficiency is making sure seed sufficiency is making sure that farmers have access to seeds.
yes, and access, yeah. Okay.
Seed ang seed security is making sure that we have sustainable seeds to give.
Yes. Mm-mm.
And seed
Yung
justice
justice,
is protecting our seed heritage.
yes, the heritage is very, ang ganda nung ano, ito yung parang pinaka-center ng advokasya natin ngayon, sir, no? Yeah, so, ano naman yung, kasi laging kailangan pag-usapan pagdating dito, it's still agriculture, it's still saving seeds, andyan pa rin yung threat ng climate change. So, ano po yung mga ginagawa natin dito, sir? Just para mag-adapt sa ongoing at threat ng climate change?
One of the mitigating for farmers to adapt climate change. We introduce the concept of integrated diversified organic farming system, or IDOFS. It is a holistic approach to ensuring that farmers get to see how to start how to design their farms to ensure that they produce more by doing multi-cropping system and ensuring the interconnectedness of all farm activities in one sitting. Like sa isang farm kasi nandyan na lahat ng ginagawa posible ng farmers, like livestock raising, planting, no? May mga aqua farm. Kaya pwedeng mag-uugnay-ugnay ang lahat at pwede mong gamitin yung waste ng galing sa yung tilapia farm na that will flow down to your rice fields or your vegetable production, at yun yung kaniyang basic nutrients na makakain ng mga crops, no? And even yung mga chicken manure na pwede mo siyang gamitin na habang instead itatapon mo siya, the IDOCS creates a system na magpa-flush down lang yan towards the farm at automatic organic organic fertilizer for the crops, for the vegetables.
It's very
So things
interesting,
like this, and we have to, on top of all these things, we have to ensure that we use the organic and natural way of farming.
Yeah.
So we don't
So,
use
yan din yung
synthetic fertilizers.
nag-train din kayo, sir, sa yung na-mention yung integrated farming system. Kasi para talagang nagagamit, walang natatapon.
Opo.
And we make use of kahit yung mga manure, no? So, na-mention nyo rin kanina, it's very interesting, yung seed exchange. Paano nyo po ito ginagawa?
Yung aming seed savers communities, they have regular meetings and workshops, part of the capacity building, and part rin ng aming organizing to grow, to invite more individual farmers or family farmers to join and become members of our seed saving communities. They have regular meetings, and part of that is to ensure that there is a time for all of them to bring their own seeds and facilitate the opportunity for them to exchange seeds. Kasi minsan natutuwa ang mga farmers, "Uy, wala pa ako niyan. Paano ba yan gamitin? Paano ba yan itanim?" Ayan. So there's an input, they discuss among themselves, and that's the best time for them to collect seeds. Exactly the very venue na kailangan ng mga farmers, and we facilitate that opportunity for them. That is what we call seed exchange. The basic thing that they do during seed exchange is really seed sharing.
Mm. Nakakatuwa yung ganyan, sir. Naalala ko parang nagbabarter sila ng mga seeds. Naalala ko nung
Yes,
mga bata kami, ang binabarter namin mga stationery. So parang nakakatuwa, oh, wala pa ako niya. So babarter. So ito talagang meron siyang ano, no, may kabuluhan kasi seeds siya. Nakakatuwa yung ganong practices. Pero paano niyo to ino-organize, sir? Do you call, ano ba to, specific areas or do you call yung buo nationally? How do you do this, sir?
we use our platform sa mga organized groups namin ng mga seed savers communities like the Benguet Seed Savers Association, the Cebu Seed Savers Group. Like recently, last 2 weeks ago, we had our meeting with the Cebu Seed Savers. Nakakatuwa. You should see how we are able to do that seed exchange. Of course, during the program, part of the program really is for them to discuss some inputs and some organizational matters, may election of officers and planning
Mhm.
sessions. But hindi that integrated into that program is the seed exchange part. In fact, yan yung parang panghuli towards the end of the program. Magulo na yan. You cannot control
Mhm.
their excitement. O, anong dala mong seeds? Ito yung dala ko. Alam mo ba, na tutubo ko to in just matter of 3 months, tumubo na siya. Sasabihin niya, ay bakit yung akin namamatay? And that's where the exchange of ideas come in.
Yes,
And they
yes.
learn from each other. And they realize, kailangan talaga din pahalagahan ang seed trials dahil hindi
Right.
lahat ng mga seeds na bubuhay sa
Iba't
iba't
ibang
ibang
lugar.
klima at
Yes.
lugar at yung soil condition.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. Itong sa gathering ninyo, meron din kayong mga farmers, you also have scientists, you have,
They are all farmers, actually. They
uh-huh,
are all
okay.
farmers, and they are all trained, and some of them are also farm scientists. And
Right.
in fact, karamihan din kasi partner din kami ng DA. So karamihan sa kanila are working with the Department of Agriculture, with the Municipal Agriculture Office. Kaya if you look at the food ecosystem we are in, we are actively working with and doing our solidarity work within and among the different stakeholders, the government, business, the farmer communities, and us, the Global Seed Saver, being the instrument to collaborate, to convene, to provide
Mhm.
that facility and opportunity to make things happen in the spirit of seed saving for our future.
Sir, na-mention niyo 2017 ng
Yeah.
na-establish dito sa Pilipinas, tama po?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2017.
2017 siya
So,
na-establish, but ang aming founder, si Sherry Manning, started, you know what, konting historical ng background ng
sige.
Global Seed Savers. Dahil ang aming founder, si Sherry Manning, is a product of, she's a graduate and awardee because of her very good performance as a volunteer of Peace Corps in
Mhm.
2015, no? Uh,
Okay.
and because of that inspiration, she decided to put up her own NGO, and she started that NGO called Global Seed Savers. And she's based in Denver, Colorado, and she was able to influence groups and individuals to donate funds, gather them all. In fact, we're coming up with our regular Nourish campaign. The Nourish campaign is our fundraising activity primarily to raise resources to support our programs and services in the Philippines and in the US.
Mhm.
It's the program, the Nourish program basically is done in the US, but we also contribute all the partners, our board members, and support groups in the Philippines also take part in that 1 month campaign from July 1 to 31. And this is very timely because, July is Nutrition Month, and that's why we
Yeah.
call it the Nourish Month. But
Mhm.
nourish because we promote seed to nourish our future, but we do nourish campaign to nourish our program so that we're able to gather the much needed resources. So our In fact, Sherry Manning, our founder, is coming over to the Philippines by June, and we will be visiting our project sites in Baguio and Benguet.
Mhm. And good luck to that, sir. Sana po
Salamat.
maging fruitful ang inyong event. Sir,
Salamat.
pag sinabi kasing seed saving, kailangan ba ito ng baka kasi aside from your training and other activities, ito ba ay yung kasi pag may napapanood tayo sa National Geographic na seed saving, it's more on meron din siyang facility where you save the
Mm.
seeds para pag nagkaroon ng baha o nagkaroon ng mga kalamidad, it's still there. Ay hindi masisave mo siya. Do we have that, sir?
Exactly, that's why we do seed production centers. We have established seed production centers. That's the value added of our campaign. We have to accept the fact na hindi lahat ng farmers ay is doing seed
Yes.
saving. And that's why we need to educate them. And we realize no matter how many groups we organize na mga seed savers communities, at our end, being the Global Seed Saver Institution, we need to have our to keep our own seeds for
Mhm.
uh for future and potential disaster, no?
Mhm.
Dahil the Philippines on the average we are visited by 20 to 22 typhoons
Right.
year round, and madalas alam na naman natin saan ang typhoon belt, no, in the Philippines. Kaya we thought of putting up more production centers that will ensure we have enough seed stocks.
Mhm.
uh, if you take a look, the seed saving communities, they only have enough seeds for themselves, for their own farms. Kung may sobra-sobra man yan, ayan, minsan binibenta nila, and minsan they share that to other farmers. But there are particular seeds that we need to keep for future use at makikita pa rin ng mga kabataan. Diyan pumapasok ang important significance ng seed production centers namin. In the long run, we wanted to produce more open pollinated varieties. Ito yung mga varieties na kailangan talaga nating maitago to protect. Hindi lang siya maitago, kundi to reproduce, to protect for future use. Kaya pag may bagyo, like what happened during the recent Odette na
Mhm.
masyadong malakas, tinamaan ang Cebu, flat lahat ang mga farmlands ng mga farmers, especially in the southern part ng Cebu. Kaya nangyayari, yung members namin doon, they really called for help. At
Mhm.
diyan nakikita mo yung pagtutulungan ng aming seed savers communities in southern Cebu. Humihingi sila ng tulong dun sa aming seed savers communities in Benguet. At dahil
Mhm.
kulang aming seed production sa Bugo area in northern Cebu, nag nagtumulong at nagpadala ng seeds ang aming seed savers communities from Benguet. Kaya they were able to replant and plant farm again. Kaya maganda nakikita natin yung pagtutulungan dito sa ating seed saving innovation
Mhm.
and system kung saan we grow a support group that ensure we have sustained our seed stocks.
So paano po kung merong mga farmers, mga organizations na gustong maging parte ng inyong organization, na inyong advocacy, how do they contact you? How do they become a part of your organization?
We welcome anyone who is interested to join us or even support us or even donate for our Kawanggawa activities, no, on the ground. In fact, we have been invited by a lot of groups to join them, to support them. Like recently, we have a call center company
Mhm.
na we are going to contract with an agreement that we will provide putting up, a mechanism to assist them in their corporate social responsibility. And this time we wanted to inject the idea of providing seeds, promoting seeds, and sharing seeds. Part of the food package, there has to be seeds so that we are able to influence even urban gardeners, even the youth, to kung may Uso ngayon mga plantito-plantita. At sana
Yes.
part of it should be mga makapag-influence sana ang Global Seed Savers to minsan meron diyang iba na meron sa herbarium, mga herbs ang tinatanim nila, iba mga food crops, yung ibang mga indigenous trees. Kaya malaking bagay ang pagtutulungan that we are inclusive in terms of creating and building partnerships with different groups and sectors, not just at the community level. And we also look forward to partner with the government na sana ay magtulungan tayo. And hopefully in our seed sovereignty campaign, we should be able to partner with the government in ensuring that the Philippines have enough seed stocks to sustain our farmlands.
Very interesting. Daming mga bago.
Maraming
Pero sa
potential talaga. Oo.
yes, ang dami ng potential, oo. At saka talagang sobrang importante na mention yung nga dun sa mga activities nyo. You first organize, educate, and then you mobilize. Pero yung pinaka-importante, while you're doing this, dapat meron na rin talagang yung yung seeds. Nakahanda na siya.
I also need to mention na even the schools have started to help us in promoting seed sovereignty, no? Like recently we have partnered with a local Montessori school in Cebu.
Right.
And in fact, meron din kaming another resort na who have started to partner again on the seed saving efforts. Kaya inclusive, no one has the monopoly of saving seeds. Lahat should take part. This is part of our contribution to mitigate climate change. Kaya malaga na we start educating young people to think about, seed is life, buhay, at parang tao yan. Ang punla, sa punla nanggagaling ang buhay, no? Kaya very meaningful sana na attempt in our campaign to educate people and become appreciative of what we are doing right now.
Tamang-tama yung metaphor, sir, no? Yung mga bata, tapos punla. Tamang-tama yung yung ganong metaphor. Pero sir, before tayo mag-end, syempre, importante din na malaman namin paano kayo napunta dito sa advocacy na ito. Parang, ano yung naging interest nyo sa buhay? Dati nyo pa po ba itong ginagawa? Or paano kayo nakarating dito?
Alam mo, sometimes may calling and sometimes there are things that are designed for you to take on some, to grab the opportunities. But even ako, I didn't realize I would reach this far. But it's a blessing for me to join the Global Seed Savers. I have been an NGO worker for the past 30 years and working also with the farmers, fishers, and different sectors. And I realized farmers have been clamoring for community-based seed banks. At ang tanong lagi, paano? Sino ang mag-initiate? At minsan, it's seed saving or seed banking, however you call it, is taken for granted. Dahil ang lagi tinitingnan, lagi ang hinahabol is food production. Gusto laging magdumadami ang pagkain, pero bakit di natin tanungin, paano padamihin ang seeds? Kaya I realize, kung di ako nagkakamali, the Global Seed Savers is the only NGO in the Philippines that focuses and live up to its name na literal, seed saver. At kung meron mang gumagawa ng mga seed saving program, it is part of their, or isa lang yan sa mga programa. But kami sa Global Seed Savers, we focus mainly on all our efforts directed at seed saving, the organic and natural way. At mainly the reason why I was enticed and motivated to join Global Seed Savers dahil ito yung pagkakataon natin and for my NGO career to contribute into something that kailangan ng mga farmers. Kaya wag natin pag-usapan ng food production kung walang seed production.
So 30 years na kayo, sir, nasa NGO and have been working
Tagal-tagal
with
na rin.
farmers.
Oo.
Wow,
Mas
that's been a long
tagal-tagal na
time.
rin.
Oo nga po eh. So doon yung na-realize, no, oo nga naman, na-mention nyo nga na puro tayo sustainable production, nandun lahat. Pero how do we produce kung wala yung mismong
Kaya nga
pagmumulan ng ating mga
kaya nga ang
co-produce?
aming panawagan is the advocacy slogan ng mga farmer groups and NGOs ay food security, no? Food sufficiency. Kami naman ay we provide counterpart by looking at seed sufficiency, seed security, and seed justice.
Yes, yeah.
And that's the
Yung
whole
tatlong yun, sir.
ecosystem.
Oo,
Yeah,
ulitin natin. Seed sufficiency, seed security, and seed justice. Oh, bago sa amin lahat yan. Sir, maraming salamat po sa sa inyong pag-share sa amin. We learned a lot.
maraming salamat
Uh,
din sa opportunity
marami
to
rin pong
share.
bago ito. Yes, thank you for your advocacy and thank you for being part of the Global Seed Savers Philippines Incorporated. Tama po yun? And thank you for being our guest here at Green Faith. Maraming
Maraming
salamat, Sir
salamat.
Al. To save seeds is to preserve food, culture, and sustain life. Napakahalaga ng seeds dahil sa dalang biological and economic value nito. Ito ang bumuhay sa mga local communities dahil well-adapted na ito sa klima at lupa ng rehiyon. Ang seed o buto ang pinakamahalagang elemento sa pagsasaka. Sa quality ng seed din, nakasalalay ang ani sa pagsasaka. Kaya't napakahalagang pagtuunan ito ng panahon, pag-aaral, at mga programa dahil ito ang susi sa food sustainability. Ako po si Pia Noriela Bastilla. Thank you for watching Green Faith.